I did a video yesterday called Is This the End of the Black Race? And in the video, you know what I'm saying, I showed people my AR-15, and I told them, you have your Second Amendment, right to bear arms. Under the Second Amendment, you have the right to bear arms. You know what I'm saying? You have the right to protect yourself. And you should have, I'm making this relevant. Hear what I have to say. You should have read the comments, you know what I'm saying, that people made on that video. One of them being, this one guy was like, man, now, young man, you got yourself into trouble. You're on the cops' radar. Like, so it's illegal to have an AR-15. It's illegal to show an AR-15 and say, 2A. Where there's millions and millions of videos of people showing, not only showing the AR-15, but shooting it. But see, this is the problem in the black community, where they try to get you with these fear tactics like, I can't show my AR-15. And then you had another comment where this dude was like, you know what I'm saying? Well, I get tired of black people walking around, don't have no type of training with, having an AR-15 and they think it's going to solve everything. And you know what I'm saying? When, you shooting, good luck on shooting that gun and defending yourself inside of a house and this and that, so forth. And it's like, yo, you going too far with the BS. The reason why I showed people my AR-15 and told them to protect yourself and get one, you can either get an AR-15 or any type of rifle, a shotgun. In most states, you have to have a permit in order to get a handgun. So it's a process. Within getting a rifle, you can get one today if you don't have any felonies. And it's better that you have some type of protection today instead of mace, a pocket knife, or anything. It's easier for you to get a rifle in comparison to getting a handgun because some states require you to have a permit to go through the process of getting a permit. Here in Charlotte, they've deaded that out. But not on just a couple of years ago, they had it and it was on backlog. So it's no telling how long it would take you to get a handgun based on you having to get a permit if it's required for you in the state. But most states, you can walk in any type of gun store, pawn shop, and purchase a rifle. And I'm familiar with having an AR-15, and it's not the best home gun to use, weapon or a firearm to use, because that bullet can go straight through your house and out into somebody else's house and shoot them, and you'll be held responsible if you harm someone. That bullet going across into someone else's house. But for now, I would recommend anyone that doesn't have any type of weapons, example, a firearm, to go get you a rifle. People think that I don't know these things. And this is the problem. In the comment section, people think that they know every goddamn thing and don't know shit. And this last one, which is totally irrelevant to what this story is about, as far as dealing with Atlanta. This female says, or male, I don't know which one in the comment section, talking about I had mentioned, young teens, breaking and entering and robbing and being responsible for a lot of the crime that's going on around the nation, right? And this one person was like, well, I have my sons and, working, and as long as you work, ain't nothing, you can't get into no trouble. It's those people that's out in the streets that get into trouble. Well, due to the contrary, I can give you a few examples of people having jobs and still got shot and killed. One of them being the dude that was a soldier in Florida. Cop knocked on the door. The soldier was, he had his weapon in his hands, in his hand. He opened up the door. The cop shot him dead right then and there. Just because you have a job doesn't mean that you're immune to violence. Violence can come knocking at your door. I'll give you another example. Just what happened to this young man, 33 years old, from New York. Got a seafood restaurant in Atlanta. Within 3 years, he made $8 million. They spotlighted him a year ago on Atlanta News, where he gave back to the community $15,000 to people that were incarcerated and got out of jail, and he helped get them businesses. This man was an asset to the black community. He was a co-owner of another restaurant, seafood restaurant, that they was opening up, I think this July, with the rapper Little Baby. Why did they find this man yesterday shot up in his Rolls Royce, dead? Violence doesn't have a name to it. It doesn't have a class. But you can't tell black people shit. You can't tell black people, yo, listen, go out there, make sure that you're protected. Arm yourself. I'm not a religious man. And neither do I believe in the stories that these Christians talk about in the Bible. I respect their belief, but yet and still I don't believe in that stuff. But even now, I'm starting to believe, based on my interactions with my people and trying to tell them, lead them the right way. I'm starting to believe that this man Jesus really walked and talked on the planet because of the fact that I'm trying to do the same thing to black people that Jesus, so-called Jesus, did in the Bible. He's trying to reach his people because we're living in the last days and times. And of course, just like Jesus was rejected by his people, I'm rejected by mine. And I'm not saying that this man, if he had a firearm, he would have been all right and this and that and so forth. I don't know this man's background. I'm just telling you that if I made $8 million in 3 years and I had a restaurant that was successful and another restaurant that I co-owned by the rapper Little Baby, let me tell you, and I had a Rolls Royce, let me tell you something. Rolling through Atlanta streets, I would have been bulletproof vest up and I would have been on my shit. That's real talk. People are going crazy out there. Hyperinflation. All types of shit. Mental problems. People are experiencing mental problems nowadays. You don't know what people are going through when you interact with other people. And this is one thing that I don't do. I don't look at a person and think I can take them. In other words, I don't underestimate a person. If you 4'9", I'm backing up. Because I don't know what you may or may not be capable of doing to me. You gotta stop being ignorant. Straight up. You're gonna leave in the comment section of a video talking about well, as long as you got a job, you ain't out there in the streets. You don't have to worry about a thing. This man was an entrepreneur, made $8 million. Do you understand what I just said? I'm going to say it again. $8 million in less than 3 years. He did it right. And yet and still, he was gunned down in his Rolls Royce right beside his business. He wasn't in the street selling drugs. He wasn't picking up prostitutes in the hood. He wasn't selling fentanyl. He wasn't smoking crack. But I know what you're going to say. Oh, man, well, you know, he must have been in them streets. He used to been in them streets. It got to be a reason or excuse. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. From what I can see, I don't know this man. I'm just assuming. He had haters. He had people that didn't like that he was getting money. And when he pulled up to that goddamn restaurant with his Rolls Royce, they was like, look at this nigga. He think he better than everybody else. And you know, yo, this is real. I ain't like, yo, seriously. Like this is real shit. Niggas in New York, from New York, you know you ain't liked in Atlanta. I'm letting you know that right off the rip. Right off the rip. No matter how good you do and do for the community. This man gave $15,000 of his own money to the community. And look what they did to him. Matter of fact, some people loved him. But just as much love that you think that you're getting the same hate in return. That's real shit. Dude in the comment section gonna talk about something. Now you on the cops' radar for what? Last time I checked, it wasn't illegal to have an AR-15, my nigga. Last time I checked, it wasn't illegal for me to pull the gun out, the firearm, pull it out and show it and be like 2A. It's not illegal for me to tell my audience that you have the right to bear arms under this Constitution, the Second Amendment. And y'all wonder why I don't want this shit anymore. I got a bunch of people. You know what? It's a gift and a curse as my numbers pick up in views and subscribers. And the reason why I say it's a gift because, you know, yes, it's you know, people looking at it and looking at my videos and this and that and so forth. But the curse is I got a whole bunch of motherfucking people that I don't like. A whole bunch of people that think that politicians are going to bail us out. And if it ain't politics, it's the tooth fairy called Jesus. And that's not what I originally set this channel out to be. So for those that are into politics and religion, you can exit. I don't need you. I don't want you. Real talk. To be real with you, this channel was for young folks. Not for you old, simple-minded, one-track mind motherfucking old people. Old heads is what the youngins call you. That's real talk. Straight up. I sat here yesterday and said, you know what I'm saying? Now they got all of the black men in jail. Now they coming for our children. And then everybody was like, man, shit, these youngins deserve, these black teens deserve to be in jail. They're the ones that's committing all of the crimes and this and that, so forth. If you lock them up, lock up the businesses, the record labels as well. Because where do you think that they're getting this reckless behavior from? The mother got to go to work. The daddy is not in the home. He's locked up. These teens, I was one of them. Listen to hip hop from sun up to sundown. And the rappers that rap about shooting and killing, you think they don't have a conscience? You think that every now and then they don't go to their record label and say, "Hey man, I'm making all these negative whatchamacallits songs. Can I just make something positive?" You know what the record labels say? "Oh, this you can't make that. This is a business." When you talk about shooting and killing and degrading your race and telling the youth that, yo, you got to get out there and take yours and rob this and rob that, that ups up the numbers. The minute you start talking about positive shit, that ain't making no money. And neither will we fund that. These record labels know exactly what they're doing. This is an agenda. Because hip hop is the only type of music that speaks about shooting and killing, mass genocide. It is no other music like hip hop that does that. These kids ain't got no role models. You want to put the blame on kids and not the adults. They know in the South, I know this to be a fact, they ain't really no after school programs. There's no summer programs for these kids. But they sure as hell can get on YouTube and all the rest of these places where you see videos and the music. It's a culture. It's a deaf culture. And Caucasian record labels, Caucasian owned record labels know exactly what they're doing. So if you want to take our black teens to jail, take them to jail as well. Who do you think puts that bullshit on the radio stations? Who do you think has the money to put these rappers that rap about the bullshit in the studio to record? Who do you think that funds the videos that they make? You think they got some fucking poor ass black rappers got that money? That enough money to do that? I'm sick and tired of this shit. Sick of it. And that's the reason why I'm not gonna be here on this shit but for so long. Cause my channel was never meant to be for y'all motherfuckers. Never. So unsubscribe. If I'm a dummy and I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, and I'm a racist and I'm all the above, why take the time out to write a comment and as well as look at the video? I make 20-minute videos, and the average time that people, duration as they would put it in analytics on YouTube, is like 12 minutes. That's astronomical, yo. That means that the majority of people that's looking at my videos are taking the time out to look at most of it. So it gotta be something that I'm saying is right. That female in Illinois called the cops and was like, "Hey, you know, somebody trying to break in my house." She let the cops in. Next thing you know, 5 seconds, couple seconds later, the cop put 2 in her fucking face. I'm pretty sure she had a job and she was religious. I'm not trying to start no race war. I'm not trying to start a war at all. What power I got? The only reason why I'm doing these videos is to let my people know, hey, listen, fuck all the bullshit. Shit gonna get bad. You think, let me tell you something. You people out there, this goes to all races. You think that you've seen terror and criminals and all the rest of that bad shit coming from black teens? Wait until scarcity hits America. Wait until somebody ain't nothing but 5 fucking big ass power grids around this bitch. Wait until all the power goes out in this motherfucker. Wait until they stop, until groceries, trucks start bringing groceries to grocery stores. I tell you that you ain't never seen shit. You ain't never seen so many uncivilized beast-like people until you see in America when the lights go off for, let's say, a week and there's no food. You'll see human beings turn into the most animalistic motherfuckers that you ever seen in your life. Let's not talk about the Caucasian race and their past. You got the nerve to call black people thugs and all the rest of that shit. Need I go on King Leopold? Need I go on Christian Crusades? Need I go on the Vikings? I could go on with this shit. What y'all did to these so-called native Indians? What the Portuguese did? The list goes on. But see, I know it's different. Y'all are different. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man, the way I put it is if you got melanin recessive skin, you all in the same. I'm bunching you all together. You all white. Just like how you bunch us all together. You don't differentiate between Jamaican, African, and then the American nigga. We're all black. Shit, the motherfucking Spaniards, what they did? They done fucked up. Let me tell you. They done fucked up the Tainos so bad that the Tainos ain't even been the same since. You got Tainos walking around talking about, I'm Spanish or I'm Latino. What? They shot that man up. He was a businessman in Atlanta. Shot and killed him. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, you got haters. And then to be more specific, so I could make sure that I lay that line down. There's a difference between black people and niggas. You see, niggas come in all sorts of colors. You know what I'm saying? It's like the Neapolitan ice cream. You know what I'm saying? They come chocolate, white, vanilla, strawberry, yellow, all. You got all type of motherfucking niggas. And if the point I was trying to make in the last video as well as this one, if you're confronted by a nigga and your back is against the wall, all I'm telling you to do is your government told you you had the right. You have the right under the Second Amendment to bear arms. Your back is against the wall. You pull out. And that's all I'm saying. Even if you have to prove in a court of law, self-defense is better to do that than for someone, especially a loved one, to see you 6 feet under. That's where we're at right now. Don't fuck my message up. That's what I meant. Plain and simple. And for all you people, this channel ain't for you. This channel's for the youth. This channel's for open-minded people. It ain't for no politics. It ain't for no religious people. It ain't for no racist person. And it damn for sure ain't for niggas. Let me make that clear. So I don't expect to see you at the next video that I make.